So these guys are all excited and happy. They come out from the pizza place, it's gone. All that was left in the parking lot is broken glass. This car was his dream to have, and some piece of crap stole it. We're out here in the shop tonight. It's Throwback Thursday. All right, check this out. This prime piece of race car is the property of Scott Wagner. And believe it or not, this is not a new car. We built this car back in 1999, and it looks just as good as it did when it rolled out of here. Scott is a fanatic about keeping his stuff nice. This is a super competitive super gas car. I mean, he's won multiple national events with it, and it looks like it's never been raced. He's on his way to Indy, and he brought it by just for a few minor touch-ups, just a little front end alignment, just checked out the car. He wanted us to give it a look over. Had 4 or 5 little maintenance items to do, so we knocked that out for him. But this car is so badass, we thought we'd do a video on it. Scott likes orange. All of his race cars, all of his dad's race cars. So his dad started out his cars, they've all been a various version of this orange color. These guys deal in classic cars and they like nice stuff. So we built this car almost 24 years ago, but it's nice when they come in and we see somebody that really takes care of their stuff and really appreciates it and makes sure that it's clean and neat and maintained before it goes to the racetrack. This car's obviously got a very unique body style. It's timeless, but it's kind of like a time capsule also too, because we've built a lot of cars over the years. This one, oddly enough, is serial number 57, which is kind of cool. So this would have been the 57th car in line, and it was finished in June of 1999. So this thing is immaculate, inside and out. And if you open the door to this thing, it just smells cool, okay? Because it's got this aroma of old car and race fuel. So it just smells neat inside, so it's really, really awesome. So kind of a unique story about this car. Scott was at an event and he's seen a 57 that we built for J. Don Blake before this car. And once he's seen it, he knew he had to have that car. We went through this whole process. I mean, picked out exactly what he wanted, built the car just like you see it. He came and got it. He picked it up from us, took the car home. They had it at their shop for a couple days. They went over it front to back and they decided to take it to KCIR, which is Kansas City International Raceway. They were going to do some testing. They'd run the car out, do some shakedown runs. But while he was there, they were having an event at the track, so he just decided to go ahead and enter the event. So this is the first time out with the car. So he wins the event, goes, sweeps everybody and wins the whole thing. So they were ecstatic. So loaded up the car, took everybody on the crew out that night to go to a pizza place not too far from the track. Well, they didn't know it, but some shitbag from the racetrack was stalking them the whole time and followed them to the pizza place. So they all went in to eat, and shitbag decides to knock the window out of the truck, jack the ignition out of it, and steal the truck and the trailer and the car. So these guys are all excited and happy. They come out from the pizza place, shit's gone. All that was left in the parking lot is broken glass. So panic mode, all right? So this car was his dream to have, and some piece of crap stole it. So immediately offered a reward, started calling people. Once they offered a reward, shitbags hang out with shitbags, so they turn in anybody for a reward. So the calls started coming in, so they narrowed it down, knew where the car was at. So they called the cops, they headed over there. They loaded up in the truck, they were going to get their shit back. So they run it down and they come to this address where they were told the car was at. So they get there, and at the same time they got there, the cops got there. Helicopters, cop cars, Scott, his dad, the crew, everybody, they're there. Well, the house was full of crackhead shitbags, all right? So Out the back door they blow into the woods, all right? So this is like a bunch of ants running out of this anthill, all right? So they scattered out into the woods, people going everywhere. Cops were trying to catch them. They couldn't get anywhere, couldn't find the guy that perpetrated this whole thing. So they went around the back of this little house, he says like an 800 square foot house, went around the back. Here's this car sitting in the backyard, all right? Front end's off, sitting in the grass, extension cord, chop saw. All right, these shitbags were getting ready to chop this thing up in a million pieces, and they got there just in time. So they didn't catch anybody that night, but apparently, as the story goes, Mr. Shitbag that stole this thing was carjacking about a month later, but good luck for him, the carjack guy was carrying a pistol and took care of him. So we don't have to worry about Shitbag anymore. He's gone. But Scott got his car back. They didn't scratch it, they didn't hurt it. It was perfect. So never got the trailer back, found the truck. Nobody cares about that shit, but this is what he really wanted. So this car has a very unique heritage, and he's not letting it go. So great job for him and his family. I mean, these guys are super people. They love cars. They love racing. They're as nice as they can be. They're great to talk to. Kind of a cool story to go along with a very cool car. But you know, we get a lot of cars through here. They're all cool, but this one's over the top cool, all right? It's a flamed 57. I mean, how much cooler can that be? So check it out. If you see him at the racetrack, go up and say hi. He likes to talk about race car stuff. He'll verify the story that I told you. Very nice people, very nice family of car enthusiasts and racers. And Scott's son now is a super badass racer, and he's working his way up through the ranks, and he's going to be phenomenal. And check those guys out. Go by and say hi, and tell them what you think of their car. So I'm going to sign out for tonight, and very awesome that we got to get this back in the shop. So y'all have a good evening, and I'll talk to you later.